What up, YouTube? This is Beezy from Headz, and I'm excited to bring you another eggnog review, this time a duo. Up first, we have Central Dairy Pasteurized Eggnog and International Delight Classic Eggnog. Alright, I'm going to start off with the International Delight Nog Classic flavor. The International Delight is not one of the more well-known eggnogs out there. As in it's not one of the mainstream big names, specifically the big three. But as far as packaging goes, you can see it's got your standard carton with the screw off top. That's pretty much the standard for the industry right now. Nothing too much to say about that. As far as the design goes, you can see it's kind of, I don't know, cartoonish. It's kind of busy. I don't know. You can see that it's has kind of a shininess to the bottle. It's got like a thick plastic coating on the outside. Overall, I'm not too impressed with the design of this particular nog. But let's get into tasting. All right, just gonna go ahead and pour some nog here. Show you guys the texture and a little bit of the consistency. Pour some on the edge there so you can see the thickness. There it is. First thing I notice about this nog is the color. It's very white. It's just a shade off of milk, a shade darker than milk. Which makes it one of the lighter nogs I've seen. The other thing is it has a bit of a watery consistency. You can kind of see it there separating, almost thicker than milk, of course, but not very thick. A little bit watery as far as the visual appearance goes. Let's taste it. Okay. The first thing that hits you is a lot of the cream flavor. It's not very spicy. As far as the thickness in the mouth, it does have a good thickness, but it's not, again, just like the visual, its texture is a little bit thin compared to a lot of other nogs. But again, very low on the spice front. If you'll notice on the side of the box, it suggests with a splash of rum and adding some nutmeg in for a little bit of spice. That seems like it'd probably be spot on because it's low on spice. However, I would say that this particular eggnog would probably be best enjoyed without mixing in rum, as the thinner consistency when you put the rum and so overall, with our International Delight Nog Classic flavor, it's a decent nog. I think it's a little bit mild on the palate, so it might be a little bit better enjoyed by people who are just getting into nog and they can't handle the more intense flavors of some of the more flavorful nogs. Or if you like your nog a little bit thinner, this would be a good choice. Like I said, it's probably best enjoyed on its own without the addition of rum, based on its a little bit thinner texture. So if you're looking for a milder nog and you're not planning on mixing it with rum, this might be a good option for you. Overall, I give it 3 thumbs up out of 7. And now, let's get to our next, the Central Dairy Eggnog. As far as packaging goes, this has got your old school standard carton with the little tear open front, just like that. A little bit different. This is not your average packaging, and I kind of like it. If you look at the whole packaging, it's just very old school. It looks like they haven't changed it since like the 1970s. It also isn't one of the big three, so it's a little bit less known. Really excited to try this nog. Let's get into it. Okay. Pour it on the side so you guys can see the texture again. You can see, oh, spilled a little bit there. You can see it is quite a bit thicker than the other nog. It is not separating off the glass nearly as much. Very interesting. Clean up my mess there. Okay. You see, it just appears to be a thicker fluid. Looking at the color, substantially darker than the International Delight. This is more of a cream color rather than an off-white. I can see little bubbles are trapped in the top of the fluid there, giving it a frothy appearance. I get strong rum notes off of the nose. I haven't added any rum to this yet. Let's give it a taste. Wow. Again, it has a very strong upfront flavor of sweetness, and then a bit of a toffee or buttery flavor to it. It sits in the mouth and hangs around for just the right amount of time. The creamy thickness, you really get a feel for that, and then it just it just dissipates in your mouth. Whereas the International Delight, it was thinner, but you would not get that initial nice creamy mouthfeel that you look for. It'd be a little bit thinner than you want it, and then it actually hung around like a syrupy effect. Whereas this is very thick up front. You get a very nice creamy mouthfeel, and then it instantly dissipates. Again, seems a little bit low on the spice. I can see little nutmeg pieces floating around, which gives really good visual appeal. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this eggnog. I'd say this would be a little bit better choice to mix with rum. I do believe it was one of the cheaper nogs at the store, which means it's probably a really good value if you're on a budget. Overall, I would give this eggnog 4.5 to 5 thumbs up out of 7. So that concludes this episode of Nog Reviews from Headz. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up, subscribe, and check our channel for other Nog reviews and news from around the world.